We've got a major injury update for Mitchell Robinson. It is a positive one, and it sounds like he might be returning soon. Also, NBA insider and New York Knicks insider Ian Begley revealed the plan for Robinson if he's going to start or come off the bench when he does return from injury. We're going to break all that down on today's show, but if you're ready for Mitchell Robinson to be back patrolling the paint for the New York Knicks, dominating the offensive glass, go ahead right now, scroll on down, and hit that thumbs up icon. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Right before we got set to film this video, a major piece of information surrounding Mitchell Robinson and his rehab process came across my timeline. For the first time this season, Mitchell Robinson is joining the Knicks on their team plane for their road trip. They've got a West Coast road trip coming up, and that is great news. Usually when a player is hurt like Robinson, they do not travel. Robinson has not traveled yet this season, but he is now traveling with the team, which tells me we are closer to a return than we might have thought. Also, Mitchell Robinson had his media day the other day, and he looks good. He looks in shape. He posted this picture, and everybody was like, bro, you're going to get drug tested tomorrow the way you're looking. You look swole, you look cut up, and you look like you're starting to put on the right kind of weight. Then the very next day, he goes to social media and says, y'all called it, random drug test. So kind of a little bit of a joke there. Mitchell Robinson is expected, though, to be out until January. I scripted this before I saw the news that he was traveling with the Knicks on their road trip. And I don't think that's going to extremely expedite his return, but maybe we're looking more so at mid-December or late December or early January. He had his media day just a couple of days ago. He's starting to travel with the team. Chatter's heating up. He might be returning right around the corner. The question, though, that I've been asked a lot, that I have asked a lot is, should Mitchell Robinson, when he returns to the New York Knicks, should he return as the starting center and move Karl Anthony Towns to the 4? I think there are arguments on both sides to be made, and I understand both arguments. But I thought when Ian Begley said, really put color to the picture of this debate, saying, quote, I can't answer this question definitively, but I don't think the Knicks would pivot from playing Karl Anthony Towns at center. I can say confidently that New York will want to see lineups with Towns and Robinson on the 4 together, if possible. Robinson is currently rehabbing from foot surgery. If or when he makes it back to the 4, he will probably come off the bench initially. I can't see him starting right away. And I actually agree with Ian Begley with this. Shout out to Ian Begley. Go give him a follow on social media and follow all the stuff that he does on SNY. Good dude, and he makes better content. Look, the Knicks know that if they are going to win a championship, that if this team can reach the ceiling they want it to reach, it's with Karl Anthony Towns at the center position. Starting Mitchell Robinson makes a lot of sense, but the ceiling of this team is much higher when Robinson is off the bench and you have the ability to play them together compared to Robinson starting and Karl Anthony Towns at the 4. They absolutely should play together. I want to see a double lineup of 2 tall guys, 2 big guys, 2 guys that can affect the game in different ways and bring some size, some strength, and versatility at the 4 and the 5. They absolutely should play together. And the best thing about Karl Anthony Towns is we have seen him play with a big man like Mitchell Robinson and Rudy Gobert. And it sounds like they are going to play together. Begley says this, I do think the Knicks want to see how a Towns-Robinson front court performs. Last season, the Timberwolves had a lot of success with Towns at power forward and Rudy Gobert at center. Towns played power forward for 95% of his 2,000-plus minutes last year. The Knicks obviously don't want Towns playing power forward 95% of the time this year, but I do think they'd like to see how lineups with Towns and Robinson function. And that's the beauty of Karl Anthony Towns. You want him to play power forward? He can do that at a high clip. You want him to be the big man in the middle playing the center spot? He can do that. Versatility. That's what I love about Karl Anthony Towns' game. You can put him in different spots and see him be extremely successful. And that's what you want. We saw with when he first got added to Minnesota. He was drafted number 1 overall out of Kentucky. He was a center, and 2 times he was voted on by NBA general managers as the number 1 player they would want to build a franchise around. Then they go out and add Rudy Gobert, and he becomes an elite power forward with them. Now he becomes the Knicks, and in my opinion, he's the second best center in the league. Jokic and then him. Karl Anthony Towns played power forward 91 games for Minnesota with Rudy Gobert, and he was really good at it. 21.5 points per game, 8.3 rebounds, 3.6 assists, over 50% for the deck, and 39.9% from 3. Transitions to center this year, something he played early on in his career. He's averaging 26 points, 12.5 boards, 3 dimes, 54% for the field, and 51.5% from 3. I don't think he'll be able to sustain 51.5%, but he's a guaranteed going to shoot over 38% from 3. And that's what's awesome about Towns. He could wear multiple hats. He could be successful in multiple ways. And that's what's so intriguing about the idea of Mitchell Robinson coming back to this basketball team. Because great teams can win in multiple ways. You got to have multiple punches and multiple formats and multiple functions of your team to win. Like if the Knicks go out and they have to play Philadelphia in round 1, I probably want Mitch playing center a lot more than when I want to play the Celtics and I got to face Al Horford or Kristaps Porzingis at the 5. And Mitchell Robinson brings some things to this team that they lack right now. He brings back that old Knicks mentality and that old Knicks identity that they had in 2022 and they had in 2023 and what they had in the playoffs last year. Rough, rugged, grinded out, gritty hoops. This year they're kind of lacking in those departments. They weren't a great shot blocking team last year. This year, though, they're bottom of the league. They were kind of at the bottom of the league last year, but their rim defense was better last year than this year. And adding a guy like Mitchell Robinson, who is a good shot blocker and a good rim protector, is going to help in this department as well as your defensive field goal percentage against shots at the rims. But this is where it's going to help the most. You were the number 1 overall team in the National Basketball Association last year in offensive rebounds per game. Shout out to Isaiah Hartenstein. He had a large part in that. But we know Mitchell Robinson is the best offensive rebounder in the NBA, and he would help right there with the Knicks because the Knicks are 23rd in the NBA. So you can improve in spots that you're not great at right now, and you could have multiple jabs and multiple punches to beat these top-flight teams. Coming up next, though, could the Knicks trade Mitchell Robinson? I want to see him back healthy. I want to see how he can contribute to this team. But there's an obvious position the Knicks got to upgrade right now on this roster. And I think trading Mitchell Robinson is really the only way to make that happen. We'll explore that in a second. But first, I got to give a major shout out to our proud sportsbook partner, DraftKings. Use the promo code NICKSCHAT. That's the Knicks Chat. Bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. The Emirates NBA Cup is here. You can win big getting in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. All 30 teams split into 6 groups every Tuesday and Friday playing for the right to advance in the single elimination in-season tourney, culminating in the NBA Cup Championship in Vegas. First time, here's something special just for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code NICKSCHAT. That's code NICKSCHAT for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/BBALL.
Taking things to the gridiron. Shout out to DraftKings, our proud sportsbook partner. Bucks -5 at the Giants. Some of our viewers here might be mad at me for that, but I don't think Tommy Cutlets is going to be able to hack it with Baker Mayfield and the talent they have over there. Pats +7 at Miami. Seems like too big of a spread for a divisional matchup. And then Chiefs -10.5 at Carolina. It's a get-right spot for the Chiefs and a letdown spot for the Carolina Panthers. Going with some road warriors this week. All lines -110, but those lines and odds are subject to change. Use DraftKings when you gamble and do it responsibly. Use our promo code NICKSCHAT as well to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5.
Support the show, support the sponsor, be a real one. All that information clickable down in the comments and description. All righty, let's close the show with this. Could the Knicks trade Mitchell Robinson? Yeah, they could trade Mitchell Robinson. The question is, what is the other 29 teams in this league's opinion of Robinson? My opinion is, when healthy, he's productive. But he's a lot of the time not healthy. Therefore, he cannot be productive. And I think that there are a lot of other teams out there, probably all other 29 of them, that worry about the durability and the longevity of Robinson and his career because he's played more than 60 games just one time in the last 4 years, and he won't play more than 60 games this year. When it comes to trading him, let's start by looking within. Tom Thibodeau clearly likes Jericho Sims. Tom Thibodeau may love Jericho Sims. How many times have we seen Tom Thibodeau go to Jericho Sims this year after Huck Porty has a good game, and then we don't see Huck Porty play? How many times has Tom Thibodeau talked about the rim defense of Jericho Sims, his ability to crash on the boards, his ability to crash in the roll? He clearly likes Jericho Sims. Also, Ariel Huck Porty showing a little potential, showing maybe down the line, we get to February, April, May, he may be able to be a contributor off the bench. Also, Precious Achiuwa is coming back soon. And if you have a front court of Cat, Precious, Jericho Sims, and Ariel Huck Porty, I think those are four guys that Tom Thibodeau would all have confidence in playing in. Whereas at the wing spot, you don't really have anybody. All your wings start. Mitch is the guy to match salary. It's a numbers game so often in the NBA. You have to match salary. The Knicks actually have to send out more salary than they receive because they are going to be hard capped potentially, or they are hard capped at that second apron. Therefore, you cannot accept more money than you are sending out. And right now, Mitchell Robinson makes $14.3 million. $14.318 million. Meaning they would have to trade for someone that makes about $14 million. And there's plenty of players out there that they go out and do that for. And I think the Knicks are desperate of adding another wing to this team. With Deuce McBride hurt, and now he is going to miss his fourth game in a row, we have seen already in the month of November, Anunoby play over 40 minutes multiple times. Josh Hart just played 46 minutes, and Mikal Bridges just played 44 minutes. Like, overall, I'm not mad at these numbers, 36 minutes, 37, 38. But we've already seen with one injury to Miles McBride, all these have gone up by like 8 minutes. And right now, like, no disrespect to the rookie, Pacome Dadier is your first wing off the bench. Matt Ryan is getting minutes for the New York Knicks. They are desperate for someone that can just eat up minutes off the wing and off the bench and not have Hart to play 46 minutes in the month of November. Like, if Deuce is this hurt and he's already ruled out for game number 4, as when we're more than 24 hours away from tip-off against the Suns, I'm going to believe that maybe the Deuce McBride injury is a little bit more worse than we may think. And I don't think the Knicks think that this team is a finished product. And we've seen before that Leon Rose, Gerson Rosas, Brock Aller, and everyone in the Knicks front office have been very aggressive when it comes to in-season trades and finding ways to continue to build out this roster and improve it for the home stretch when you get into the playoffs. The Knicks made a big trade when they went out and traded a first-round pick and Cam Reddish for Josh Hart. The Knicks made a big trade by trading Emmanuel Quickly and R.J. Barrett for OG Anunoby. 2 years in a row, you've made two big trades that really altered the success and changed the future immediately and down the road for this ball club. So, yes, you could trade Mitchell Robinson. And, yes, you need a wing. A lot can change. Let's see him come back and get healthy, and let's see what he could do. But I do think there is a world where Mitchell Robinson could still be traded by this team because you just don't have the wing depth right now that is necessary. You got 3 good ones. There's a lot of teams that wish they had three good wings. But I don't love Josh Hart, OG, and Mikal playing 40-plus minutes on back-to-backs in the month of November. If you want a Knicks trade target video, I was crafting up some trade targets to put in this video, but I was like, you know what? We'll save that for another one. If you want a Knicks trade target video, hit that thumbs up icon. We can get to 700 likes. We'll be able to knock it out. Make sure you are following me over on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram at @MarshallGreen_. I'm posting about the Knicks on IG. I'm posting about the Knicks on Twitter. So hit me up over there, and let's go Knicks.